I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. And I just put an album out yesterday. It's not on iTunes yet from what I can see. I don't know about Spotify. It's on YouTube Music, though. You can get that from my YouTube page, by the way, or YouTube channel, whatever you call it. I left my sunglasses on from outside. It's kind of nice, actually, because I got the light right there. It's not in my eyeballs, but I still got my backpack on, too. Yeah, whatever. I was just making sounds a little different than what I've been doing, and that's something I do every time I put out an album. That was harder to take off than I thought with the guitar on. Every time I get to the end of an album, I just kind of tweak my drum sounds a little bit. And sometimes with my guitar, my bass has gone through like 2 changes. It's like less needed usually. I find if you change the drums though, you can just drastically change the sound of a mix. Same guitar, bass, everything. But the drums from like just like a punchy compressed kit to like a really wide open natural sounding kit instantly gives you a different vibe. Anyway, the guitars kind of have a really nice gainy but mid-rangey sound. I can turn both of these on. The right side has a little bit more low end. I don't want to overdo it too much. It's a mistake a lot of people make when they do like higher gain sounds. Too much low end, not enough mids, and too much high end. Sounds good on its own, but when you mix it with a band, it sounds like crap. You want mid-range for a guitar because that's where it sits. The drums are not too different, just slightly different snare and kick. The other one just was a little brighter on the snare drum. Did I change the kick actually? I don't know. It's different though. I put some lyrics down earlier. I've got no riffs, no nothing in mind except that I put some random lyrics down, which they might have to change depending on what I come up with, but I'm literally going to just make something up right now. Kind of contemplating doing a tune down song. Let's see. I literally just have to turn this thing on to tune down, by the way. Isn't that great? I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to do a left guitar, right guitar, and I'll get back to you. The drums you're hearing are a MIDI drum thing I got going. Every time I adjust the tempo, it changes with it, and sounds good. It's got the drum sounds I'm going to use later when I do play the part, and that way I can kind of hear what it's going to do when it's sitting in the mix, and I just like playing the drums better than a click. Okay, I'm going to do a lead, so I'll probably just do something like... guitar solo, which is going to be confusing for guitar players not seeing this part of the video because I'm not turning the digital tuning on, so it's going to be just standard tuning and the rest of it not, so yeah. Anyway, it should be B major. Although I always say major, it's technically in the parallel minor, but I always just think of what major key I'm playing because if you're playing a minor key, there's always a parallel major and it's the same sharps and flats. I'm just going to think of it as this major key, and then all I got to do is play B major scale and boom in key. All right, right, the guitar solo is done. And to further explain what I was just saying, if you do stuff like modal things and all that kind of chord theory, scale theory, blah, blah, blah. So you'll hear someone saying like, oh, I'm in G mixolydian. And it's like, oh, it's the lowered seventh and it's the blah, 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 blah. Look at the sharps and flats. It's all natural. You're in C major. You're starting on a G major and it makes it sound like it's a different scale. So like if I go over here and just play a C major scale. But if I start on the G, it sounds like a different scale. That's a modal thing. You're doing a major scale, but starting on a different pitch. That's really all it is. It's that simple. But people like to be like, I'm lowering the seventh and doing that. And I'm like, you're just playing a C major scale starting on the fifth. Yeah, so again, if someone tells you like, hey, I'm in E mixolydian because I'm playing like a dominant 7 chord on the E, blah, blah, blah. Look at the sharps and flats. You'll see it's just 3 sharps, A major. You're in A major and you're playing on the 5th. So modes made easy. All the stuff is just a major scale with the exception of like the chromatic whole tone scale or diminished scale or something like that too. Mostly all the other stuff is just major scale tweaked a little bit. Okay, drums. Audio, yay, audio. Oh, stretch, good. Oh, yeah. I just went into the house and got some water. Just took a little mini break because sometimes that helps, reset after doing a bunch of things. I kind of know what I want to do for the verse, but not the chorus, so I think I'm just going to sing the verse part and then do the chorus on a different track.
Next up, I'm waiting at the sea of everything.
Took me a couple times to get warmed up enough to sing, but I got the verse down.
Something inside of me knows
Yeah. Right now, vocals are just raw. I'm literally using the vocal track to talk into, so I don't have any of the effects on. Also, low latency mode's on, so it's a little wimpified. Once I turn that off and then toggle these 2 bus sends on, it's going to go through some stuff that adds a little bit of stereo spread, compression, saturation, and a bunch of goodies. Make me sound better than I really am. I also just put a compressor on this channel. But, like I said, not yet. The, lyrics, though, will be in the bottom of the description box. Finger hurts randomly. Ow. I just twisted weird. Oh, it cracked. Yeah, the lyrics are going to be in the bottom of the description box. So if you want to check those out, they're there. And it's a good thing if you can't understand a word I'm saying when I'm singing, which is possible because I do get kind of screamy. The middle of the description box has where you can find me online. Literally yesterday, I put out a new album called Take Hold. It's 20 tracks. And the reason it's 20 tracks is just because I just write songs every day. So I was like, putting an album out literally every 10 days is kind of obnoxious. So I'll go 20 and then it just seems like I put out a big full length or double length album. But yeah, it's just because I write so many songs. I could never do them live because I don't even commit anything to memory. I've got literally nearly 1,000 tracks already. And I just like the writing process. So that's what I do. I just write and improvise. Ask me to duplicate one of these things. I probably couldn't do it, but that's just not my strength. If you want to hear any of my stuff, it's online, all over the place. The top thing I have is Bible teaching. I said in the beginning, it's Christian rock. So that Bible teaching is different than any other stuff you're going to see. Objective, not subjective. And it's deep analysis of what the scripture actually says. So I put it there as a resource, knowing that pretty much nobody else does what you're going to see here. There's historical things taken into account, context and all that kind of stuff. Are going to translate from the original languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, New Testament Greek, which is actually just Koine Greek, which is like the common tongue Greek, not classical Greek. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. It's really important to do that kind of thing, though, because so many people just go off of English translations. And no matter what English translation, because you're going to see people are like, this version only. Any English translation is going to be lacking something, especially from the Greek, which is a super precise language. So you've got to go back to the original to see what was being said. And a lot of denominational fights and all kinds of stuff would be settled if people would just go to the original language and see what was actually being said. That's what's happening here. It's just really well done, not a lot of weirdness, just teaching, and it's just breath of fresh air. So I put it there as a resource, knowing if anyone's looking and you want the real deal, this is it. And I literally don't know of anyone else that's even close to on par with what they're doing. So if you want to check it out, go for it. If you want to keep seeing me, subscribe, like, comment, show, keep seeing me. That's it for this one. I'll write another song tomorrow. I mean, unless I have some crazy thing happening, but big storm comes in and knocks out the power. Probably not. But anyway, I'll see you later.
Next up, I'm waiting. And the sea of everything piles up. Next stop, I'm staying. Rough ride, settle in for the way we wasted time. Lack of views for the life we stains. Just to be amused. One way out. It's my fault, tell me, but I'm going on. Maybe this here. Say you later, goodbye. So long, cruel. Something inside me knows time is like frenzy, and yet so slow. Quickened by the instinct, we have to sing so low. What's up? You won't take stuck in a hallway lined up. Next up, I'm making all this ruffle settle down for the way we wasted time. Like a fuse for when I was stuck. Not just to be amused. One way out, it's my fault, I mean, but I'm going on. Maybe this year. See you like goodbye. So long, cruel. Something inside me now sounds like a frenzy, and yet so slow. Quaking by the instinct, reacting to